We have been talking this morning about the importance of the evangelical Christian vote out here in Iowa. It probably plays a bigger role here than any place else, I would say religion, than any place else in the country, I guess with the possible exception of maybe Utah, where obviously being a Mormon is a political plus. But it's a big deal out here. It is, and the Republican candidates have certainly been courting the faithful. And so our early show contributor, Taryn Winter Brill, takes a look at the role that religion plays in politics in this state. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Nearly all the candidates that come through here have tried to identify with the Christian values of this large block of evangelical voters here in Iowa. And while many will rarely speak publicly at a Sunday church service, their mere presence alone within the congregation speaks volumes. Heading to Sunday services in Iowa is often as typical as anywhere else across the country, with the exception, that is, of all the politicians who've come to worship.
Morning, y'all. Morning. How's everybody?
In the weeks leading up to the caucuses, Republican candidates have been aggressively hitting what many in Iowa call the church circuit, as they vie for the evangelical vote, who make up nearly 38% of likely caucus goers.
It's great in a small church like this, when he's from a big state of Texas, to even come to our church.
While Rick Perry prayed alongside this congregation in Clear Lake,
to redeem us from our sins.
Michelle Bachman was showing up for a service about 80 miles southwest at the Harvest Baptist Church in Fort Dodge.
I am a Christian. I came to Jesus Christ when I was 16 years of age. I'm not ashamed of my faith, and my husband and I try to take our children to church every Sunday when we're home, but we're not home. We're here campaigning in Iowa.
What might be misconstrued as mixing politics and religion in other states is simply how Republican politics is played in Iowa.
I couldn't help but notice this big slogan on the side of your bus, faith, jobs, and freedom. How big of a role, then, does faith play in your campaign here in Iowa specifically?
Well, it plays a very important role in my life, so that's what I'm about.
Evangelical Christians make up a strong group of Iowa Republicans, and when you talk about caucus goers, which is a subset of Republicans, it's a very large group. A candidate has to talk about their faith and the importance of faith.
Thanks for your service again, ladies.
I think a person's faith is legitimate, but if they overemphasize it, I think people sense that. But I think they want a sincere expression of their faith and setting an example of what that faith means to that individual.
I think it's important for our country to be based, as our founding fathers did, on principles that are very clearly cemented in the Judeo-Christian values.
In this part of the country, is it important that you see candidates attending church service?
Oh, definitely.
We'd like to get a man of faith in there, yes.
Clear Lake Senior Pastor Dan Jordan welcomed Perry to worship without making any official endorsement of his candidacy.
When the opportunity came about, we knew that it would be unique and special, but we also didn't want him to be the spectacle and the attention of the day.
But with no speeches required at this campaign stop, simply showing up to pray is all the spectacle you'll need.
Another beautiful day.
How was the service going?
It was awesome. They did a good job.
Did you enjoy it?
Good singing.
How was the congregation?
It was good. They were very supportive.
Now, keep in mind, Mike Huckabee won the Republican caucuses back here in 2008. You might remember he was a former preacher who was a very big hit with Christian conservatives. Nora?
No doubt, Taryn Winter Brill, good to see you. Thank you. And still ahead.